I'm not going to preach, but I'm going to tell you what I see in the spirit realm. I don't speak nothing that don't give it about spirit. It's a battle still in here. Only a few came to the altar, but somebody look at what the Bible said. For if it's a man, what is a man that profits if he should gain the whole world and lose his own soul? See, you gain everything else, but you lost your soul. Then the Bible says, oh, what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? So now you know what you got to give up. Everything. Leave it behind. Because nothing is worth your soul. Nobody is worth your soul. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Many of us, my God, have put time into things you should have been let go. God warned you. You had a vision, had a dream. And you still let the stronghold take over. And so we at the end of a year now. We don't pray many prayers. Cast out devils. Backsliders come back. Souls been saved. Miracles don't took place. But is there a remnant left? Is there anything left that needs to be left behind? That's the question for tonight. As you examine yourself, we almost there. That's the question for tonight. Before we take the text, and we almost done. I want to show you something while you studying in your own soul. That there's always something that leavened the whole lump. He said, a little leaven leavens the whole lump. You know that little thing that you do, that you think is not going to do no harm? Oh my God. Oh my God. Could you imagine? And this is not hypothetical. Standing before God in judgment over that little thing. The Bible said you did run well, but who hindered you? It's a question. Who hindered you? You did run a good race. I can applaud the effort. But who hindered you? I know you're not. Ye are workers of iniquity. See, that little thing was iniquity. And he's been calling you out of that place for a long time. I see it in the spirit room right now. Yes, Lord. Been calling you for a long time. Yeah. Yes. But what did I say? And you've been in places where they won't expose you because they didn't value who you are. They wanted to bring value to themselves from what they got out of you. But they didn't value who you are. The worth of a man is priceless. You can't pay a man to do a work for God. It's priceless. You can bless him, but you can't pay him. I know we hear the instructions, muzzle not the ox that treadeth the corn, and you work the ox all day long, and then when it's time to eat, you put a muzzle on. I know you can bless, but it's priceless. The work is priceless. And people manipulate in ministries to keep you there. They have you to think you're valuable, and you can have a gift without repentance. And they ain't gonna stay on the stuff you do because they don't want to make you mad. I don't care. Y'all know I don't care. You can talk to me outside in my office, call me here. It ain't gonna change nothing. Because blood is on my hand. The moment you walk through that door and cross that threshold, blood is on my hand instantly. Right then and there. And that's every time you come. I don't care if you come one time. Every time you come, this is on my hand. That's why I take it so seriously. That's why we in here so long. Because see, when I close my eyes, I don't have to worry about something being stifled. I don't have to worry about a stumbling block being left. And I didn't tell you that what you stumbling over. Because I'm looking at covering it up rather than moving it out the way so you can walk in freedom. Do y'all realize that God had me to fast for your strength? To not stumble? Do y'all really realize that? So you can see the enemy and rebuke, my God, the enticements, so you can resist the things that cause you not to be free, so you won't have that little thing that God will look at. He's showing us every day is entrance, not just 1 year transitioning to the next, because you transition when you take your last breath. I had a neighbor just went home Wednesday. Never made it to 2022. Went home Wednesday. So where's the resolution in that? Where is the last message in that? You see how we paint stuff up and make it sound like it means something and it don't mean nothing. You got to be hearing word every day. Living this life every day. Told you this want to give you time to reflect on yourself. What is it that you need to leave behind? And it's not just because I will repeat myself. It's not just because 2022 coming. It's because Jesus coming. You don't get the message mixed up. Like this is a New Year's message, because it ain't. It's a today's message and a right now message. That Jesus coming. And you got to leave it behind. That little thing. You know how we think we got it all together because we got the blatant stuff down pat. Oh man, y'all ain't got to worry about me seeing me smoke a cigarette. You ain't got to worry about me taking me a drink. You ain't got to worry about me rolling one up. You ain't got to worry about me being at the clubs. All this little blatant stuff, that don't mean nothing. Some folks still cussing. Catch them real wrong. They still cussing. Talking about a cigarette. What about that heart that ain't circumcised? Forget your cigarette, your liquor, your beer, and whatever you call yourself doing, because you could have never done that and still have defilement in you. You see how this is? See, Jesus come to deliver you from it all. Why do you think he was on that cross that long? To the 9th hour. Why do you think he got beat the way he did? Because of all the things we deal with daily. 2,000 years later of sin. Y'all hear what I said? 2,000 years of sin that's been on this earth since resurrection and ascension. 2,000 years, my brother, of sin. And we sit back nonchalant and blasé. Like that little thing don't matter, and it matters because he was on the cross to die for it. Somebody don't believe God to go. It matters. Leave it behind. Leave it behind. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Isn't it something to be called to do something and didn't even get started right? We saw the examples of going back to the house. You didn't even get started right. Hmm? And that's some of our case. You ready to get there? Some of us simply didn't get started right. Might well go ahead and just clean up everything. All committed to cinder blocks, mortar, stained glass. You're disloyal to the building. Loyal to the man. But never even got saved. Do you know right now there's people falling in hell, but name was on the membership of the church? Matter of fact, they had a plaque, old school, you could put plaques on the side of it. Some family sold into it, they name up there. And this they family, these ACs. That's how deep it gets. But they won't say. But their name was on the roll. Been going to church for 30 years, never asked God to forgive them for sins on the trustee board. Making decisions for business in the ministry. Feel like they're important, but have not gotten saved. But they've been loyal to the ministry. My wife and I have been going to the ministry for 35 years. I'm on the trustee board. But have you actually got saved? And some people say, I know the Lord. Because they heard enough word to actually make that comment. Because they feel comfortable in what they heard, but they never served them. And can we go a little deep? They forget that God responds to his own principles. So you can have some moral correction in what you do, and God will still honor it, but that don't mean that's blessed. Mm-hmm. Because, we hear the Bible say he raised them just as well as the unjust. And literal rain, if I'm standing here and a man that don't serve God, don't love God, don't know God, planting seeds just like me. The rain comes. Mm-hmm. When the rain comes, it's going to rain on both sides. Here I am, a saved man. This man don't know God. Both of us got cabbage coming up. So he applied principles. And God allowed harvest to come because he allowed himself to listen to the principles of God. Because without planting, you won't get a harvest. See that? So some people have lived their whole life surrounded by principles, and the outcome of principles was a moral applause. He's a good man, a humanitarian, but was not saved. Man has been lifting him, fooling him, and lying to him because he was never called to the altar to give his life to Jesus. That's where we are today. Right there. I know the Lord. And never said, Lord, forgive me of my sins and come into my heart and save me. And then learn how to live the life. See that? Falling in hell. Right out of church, as they call it. You see that? And we know people like that right now. Yes. Some of y'all got family members. I just described them to a T. The question is again, leave it behind. And what will you leave behind? It's the we have. I hear the Holy